Number two, if you're going to cross over, number two, you have to endure the process. Number one, you got to get tired. Number two, you have to endure the process. What is the process? The process is a systematic series of actions directed toward an intended end. It is everything you encounter to get to where you want to be. That's the process. Everything you encounter every day of your life. The hurt, the pain, people lying on you, people persecuting you, people running you down, people discarding your name. Everything you go through every day of your life is the process to get you to where you want to go. If you are ever going to get to your destiny, you have to enjoy the process of life. You have to walk through the process. Nothing comes overnight. I feel the glory of God. Nothing happens by chance. Nothing happens overnight. It takes you a series of events for you to get to where God intended for you to be. The problem with this generation is that we don't want to walk through nothing. We don't want to walk through the process to get. We want overnight blessing. We want things to happen like a microwave. We put it in and we pop back out and we think that's the way life is. The devil is a liar. If you're going to have anything that worthwhile having in life, you got to sacrifice. I wish I had two people in here that knows what I'm talking about. It takes sacrifice for you to be blessed. It takes sacrifice for you to be successful. It takes sacrifice for you to ever get to your destiny. Some of us give up too quick. We throw in the towel too quick, and that's the reason why we never see change. But if anybody ready in here to endure the process, you will see the manifestation of the glory of God. But you got to endure the process. The Bible says, he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. Touch your neighbor and say, walk through the process. Walk through the process. The process shapes your character. The process challenges your integrity. The process defines who you really are. The process, watch this now, shows you who your real friends are. Because you never know who you have with you or who you really are until you get in the process. Come on here, somebody. It's not the mountain that describes the strength and the quality of a man. It's the valley. It's the conflict. It's the conflict. It's the battle that defines the quality of who you are. That's what defines a real man. Not the mountain, the valley. Not when things are good, when things are bad. That's what defines what a real man is. Judas, who betrayed Jesus, and Peter, who denied Jesus, was not exposed until Jesus was on his way to the cross. They hang with him. They ate with him. I feel God in here. They broke bread with him. They watched him perform miracles. But the minute he began to go to the cross, to the process, then the betrayers was exposed. Glory to God. Let me tell you something. Don't get mad when God exposes who your real friends are. Lord, I ain't gonna get no help in here. Don't get mad when folks throw stones at you. It's just God exposing who your real friends are. Don't get mad when folk turn their back on you. It's just God exposing who their real friends are. Don't get mad when people say bad things about you. It's just God exposing who people. I wish I had a church in here this morning. Some people about to get exposed. I've learned a long time ago not to worry about when folk turn their back on me. See, because you got to understand this. The process will expose your enemies and your betrayers. The process, watch this now, tells what your real motives are. And I like this one. It gets rid of the suckers at the bottom, so that you ain't got to deal with them at the top. If you can't stick with me when I ain't got nothing, I don't want you around me when I got something. Somebody said the process. God's plan is manifested after the process, not in the process. God's plan is manifested after the process. You say, Pastor, how can you say that? First Peter chapter 5 verse 10 says, after you've suffered a while. He says the Lord will make you perfect. He will establish you. He will strengthen you, and he will settle you. But he says after you suffered a while, he says you're going to go through some stuff before I settle you. You will go through some stuff before I strengthen you. You will go through some stuff before I make you perfect. But you got to understand that there is a process to get into your destiny. It's not going to happen for you overnight. Touch your neighbor, say, neighbor, you're going to go through the process anyway. I said touch him and tell him you're going to go through the process anyway, so you might as well enjoy it. Stop your murmuring, stop your complaining, stop. Listen, man, you might as well enjoy it one time, because no matter what you do, you're going to still have to go through it. It's called the process. If you endure the process, you will see the glory. If you endure the process, you will see the fulfillment of your vision. If you endure the process, victory shall be yours. And listen to me real good. God will not shortcut the process for you. And if you try to shortcut the process, you will never develop into your full potential. We have too many people living below what they could have been. Lord have mercy. Living below what they could have been because they refuse to endure the process. I like how Psalm 66 put it in verse 10. He says, for thou, O God, hast proved us. You have tried us as silver is tried. You brought us into the net, not the devil. You have laid affliction on our loins, not the devil. Thou hast caused men to ride over our heads. We went through the fire and we went through the water. But listen to what he says. But you brought us out into a wealthy place. Listen, man. Your portion is a place of abundance. Your portion is the place of wealth. But he says, just understand that you're going to have to walk through the process. I'm going to cause men to ride over your head. Meaning I'm going to cause people to hate you. Because if they don't hate you, how you going to know what you made of? How you going to know what you made of if folk don't talk with you? I don't want that, Lord. I can't take this thing with people talking but me. They always got my name in their mouth. You ain't ready for success. I tell you all the time, if you're not ready for people to talk but you, you're not ready to be successful. Because success brings enemies. When you're at the bottom, ain't nobody know your name and they don't care. My pastor told me a long time ago, he says, the higher you go, the more your behind is exposed. He says, while you're at the bottom, you will need to cover your behind because ain't nobody looking. He said, but the higher you go, he said, you better make sure you got on pants. You keep that laughing. See, you want success, but you ain't ready to pay for it. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Number three. Number one, we have to get what? Tired. Number two, we have to endure the process. And number three, watch this now, you have to get over the pain of your past. Hurt people. How you going to lead? How you going to want to lead and you hate? Hurt people. How you going to preach to anybody and you still hate? Hurt people. So you got to get rid of hate before you lead. I just clap for myself. Lord, I just out there by myself, Jesus. I just out there by myself. So touch your neighbor and say, let it go. You got to let go of resentment and unforgiveness and offense and bitterness and revenge and all this other kinds of crazy stuff that you got on the inside of you that nobody can see. That's the reason why the Lord has allowed things to test you, for you to see that you ain't over that unforgiveness. So in order to enjoy the blessings in your present, you have to let some stuff go. If you're going to be effective where you're going, you have to let some stuff go. You can't spend the rest of your life trying to get back at people for what they did for you. You would be amazed to know people who live their life trying to get back at people. They dress to get back at people. They drive cars to get back at people. They build houses to get back at people. They put on weave to get back at people. You have that much time on your hand that everything you do to get back at people? Touch your neighbors and get a life. You can't hold on to your history and reach for your destiny at the same time. You can't do it. See, Philippians chapter 3 and verse 13 says, he says, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forward unto those things which are ahead. He says, I do what? I press. He says, forget and press. Forget who hurt you. My parents wasn't there for me. That's the reason. That's the way I is. What you mean? I didn't have no father in the home. Huh? You know most people ain't got no father in the home that made it in life? That's no excuse for your behavior. I had a child out of wedlock and life was hard for me. You know how many people had children out of wedlock and still made it? That's no excuse. Come on here, somebody. Y'all don't leave me out here like that. That's no excuse. I don't care what your excuse is. With God on your side, there is nothing that is impossible to them that can believe. And if God be for you, he is more than the world that is against you. Excuse after excuse after excuse. This is why I am this way. This is why. Touch your neighbor and say, forget the excuse. Then look at me.